our trip to Brisbane South Bank. This time we stayed in Fleet Lane Apartments, which was practically across the road from the museum. It's very handy if you're coming down to have a look at the museum to stay overnight, and the Performing Arts Complex is also very close, and it's very close to all of South Bank. It's a great location. Very short walk from the apartment, across the road and down a little bit, comes out the art gallery and the Queensland Library. Looking from South Bank across to the northern side of the river. There's a lot of new development on the city side of the river. It really is an impressive skyline now when you look across from South Bank. There are some beautiful gardens all the way along South Bank. It is a beautiful setting. Front of the Queensland Art Gallery. Brisbane City has a beautiful skyline from the river from South Bank. Just another gorgeous day in Queensland. looking up at the wheel of Brisbane. There's a beautiful place to go and take a vantage point and look across the city from on the top of the wheel. I didn't do it this time as I've done it before, but it is a gorgeous thing to do. This beautiful piece of architecture is a Neville Bonner Bridge. It connects the cultural centre of South Bank to the Queen's Wharf Precinct. It always amazes me because I was an engineer for 40 years and I love pieces of equipment like this. This is a Nepalese pagoda. This was erected here in 1988 as part of World Expo. It was erected by a community from Kathmandu. South Bank has an incredible diversification of all types of gardens. It is an absolutely beautiful area. Very popular area for families and tourists, but also for the university students. The QUT campus is next stop up the river, across the river on the North Shore, and the Griffith University is right here in South Bank. So it's a very popular area. It's quite busy. This is South Bank Piazza, very amazing amphitheatre, nestles right in the heart of South Bank. You will find toilet facilities everywhere along South Bank. There is one at the amphitheatre, but they are also all the way along. This amazing archway has been here practically since South Bank was built. It traverses almost the entire length of South Bank. It's a great place to come to for a day. There is underground parking right here. You can see the steps just up there. You can drive in over a bit further and it comes down underground. You come up those steps and you're right in the heart of South Bank. Whether you want to come and relax, sit down under a shady tree, lay on the lawn, read a book, or take a choice of different cafes and restaurants. There is an amazing pool just up from here, which I'll come to shortly. If you want to have a swim, go for a ride on the River Cat. This is the City Cat Pier at South Bank. It's an amazing facility. One thing you need to be aware of, you cannot get on the City Cat without a Go card. They do not accept credit cards and they do not accept cash. If you do not have a Go card, you cannot travel on the River Cat. If you arrive here, you will need to go to a railway station to get a Go card, so you'll have to virtually go over to South Bank Station. I have been on the River Cat here many times. It is such a beautiful trip. It goes from South Bank, goes right down the river and back to South Bank, and then goes right up the river to University Point and comes back again. It is a great trip. Daytime is beautiful, nighttime is just spectacular. There is a large number of these river cats. They arrive every few minutes at each pier that you're waiting on. It's a spectacular way to get around the city. This is the QUT Botanical Gardens exit and University. You can see the construction of these pier embankments is quite amazing. Brisbane River, it's a beautiful area. Riverside and South Bank. I've just gone for a short trip because I enjoy it so much today. I'm going for a longer run tonight down the river further. It will be beautiful at night time as well. Brisbane River has an amazing structure of bike paths and walking tracks all the way along the river in sections, kilometres long in most places. It's very popular for joggers and bike enthusiasts and walkers. I'm heading back over to South Bank now. As I said, it was just a short trip. It was such a beautiful river, I had to go for a short run on the river. Spectacular afternoon. You can see why I had to go and do this. It's just so beautiful. There is also another service here. It's got a kitty cat. It's the Brisbane City Hopper. These boats are free to travel in certain points backwards and forwards across the river, no charge. But they are very crowded because they are free. This is the Clem Jones Promenade. Clem Jones used to be a Lord Mayor of Brisbane many years ago. Performing Arts Centre at South Bank, the Lyric Theatre, and Beauty and the Beast is on at the moment. We were here last weekend. Queensland Museum is a great place to spend a day, and just across the road, that's our apartment there, Fleet Lane Apartments. This is the view from our apartment balcony. You can see the museum is just there, about 100 metres away, and an amazing view of the city skyline. Well, we've been back to the apartment for a shower and a change of clothes, and we're just heading back down South Bank again. We'll go for a ride on the Rivercat, go to Riverside, and also have a bite to eat later in a nice Italian restaurant. Is well worth the ride to go up in the wheel of Brisbane. I think it was just over $20 something. As I said, I've done it before, so didn't do it this time. This is a area just outside the Griffith University, set up with like lounge suites and chairs on the lawn and around the lawn. Griffith University in the background. Just coming further along the eastern portion of South Bank, we come to the kids' playground, and this is where we got the beautiful swimming pools with beaches and everything. It is absolutely amazing. As you go further east past these swimming pools, there is an amazing range of waterfront restaurants. And further along is the Maritime Museum, which is where we've stayed once before up the other end of South Bank.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it?
The streets back from South Bank Esplanade is always amazing also. It has an amazing arrangement of souvenir shops and cafes and restaurants. It's a beautiful area also. Just about to head down the river on the Rivercat again. This is just spectacular at night time. Here comes one of the amazing cats on the Brisbane River. I don't know what these boats would be worth each. They're a spectacular unit. I won't say too much through the ride on the river. Just sit back and enjoy. This is the new pedestrian Kangaroo Point Green Bridge. This is the Riverside Precinct, amazing area for shops and restaurants and a beautiful area. 10 years ago, this area along here under the Story Bridge was just warehouses, and now it's an upmarket precinct with brewing companies, restaurants, cafes, and as you go further down you'll see amazing apartment complexes and the Riverside walkway where it's built on the river and runs for quite a few kilometres, perfect for walkers, joggers and cyclists. You can go right down the river to North Shore Hamilton. I only went as far as Sydney Street Wharf today because it's the main city area and it's quite beautiful. Brisbane Story Bridge. It's not the biggest bridge in the world, but it's still very beautiful at night time. Stunning city by night off the water. I use the GoPro Hero 11 Black for most of my videos. The only thing is with it, it does not have a very good light sensor. As soon as it starts to become dark, all the video becomes really grainy. So at this point I had to switch to the iPhone 14 Pro Max. It does a much better job with a much larger light sensor in dark light conditions. Brisbane City Council has done an amazing job over the years with the city ferry, and now the big upgrade they've done with all of the wharves is quite spectacular. We've arrived back at South Bank. Now we're just going to wander up through the streets and find a nice little Italian restaurant for dinner. These pools here at South Bank. I think they are open till 10 o'clock at night, which is pretty amazing really. Heading to the restaurant Precinct, the street back from the Esplanade. It's an amazing place also. Well, we had an amazing Italian dinner and we've headed back to the apartment for the night. This is our skyline view from our balcony. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Look forward to bringing you the next one. If you've enjoyed our videos at Aussies on Dream Travel, please like and subscribe, and we look forward to seeing you for our next video.